when you get your portrait cut out, you may notice that you have some areas where the white is showing. Don't stress out about that. Just get a marker, a Sharpie marker, and go over those areas. Yeah, because I'd hate for you to cut off more than what you need to, okay? And I've also decided that I don't like this area right here, so eventually I'm going to get rid of it. All right, because when I put it on here, that's a lot of extra area that's taking up space, okay? So it's neat, I like it, but I don't like it on here, so I'm gonna cut that off. So on here, we have started with the watercolor. Some other things that you can do is I have added a 3-dimensional aspect, and this stuff right here is joint compound. And if you want to use this, you can. You do not have to. It is not required. But all you have to do is just take some of this and you can add it onto the outside. And then after it's dry, you can actually watercolor on top of it, whatever. If you want to use this, it is over there. It has a black lid to it. Just make sure the lid gets back on it. So you can we can get a plate, and then you don't, like I said, you don't have to put it on here, but it is available. We have oil pastels. Those are up here in a container. They're just loose, they're not in packages. These can go wherever. I mean, the background is literally however you want it to look, but we do want more than just watercolor. And then I'm going to use some white to kind of mix it in together, or you can use your finger, however you would like to do it. You can put white pretty much over anything. And then one other thing that I thought would be kind of cool is this is concentrated liquid watercolor. So what this means is that you just do not use it directly out. You have to put extra water with this. It's just like you've seen the concentrated orange juice, right? This is pretty much the same thing, except don't drink this, okay? So this, just take like a few drops, and you can tell it's pretty thick. Clean water. And then this you can put almost like a glaze over it. And you can put it over areas. And we also have watercolor that has glitter in it. Just make sure you shake this stuff up really good. And this also is concentrated. And this does have glitter in it. So you're able to use this too. We also have other colors like neons and stuff like that. So if you want to experiment with how this stuff might look on your paper or any type of watercolor paper, that's why we have all that paper up there that you can use, okay? So, like I said, if you don't like what you're doing on your paper and you're like, oh God, this is not what I thought this was gonna look like, we have more paper, okay? So I don't want you to think that you're stuck with what you started with. You can always start over. It's okay, all right? It's not written in stone, okay? So you're able to do as you wish. If you are going to do like lyrics or anything like that, with if you have a musician or an author, write them in pencil first, just to make sure that one, you have the word spelled correctly, and that it is big enough, because one, when you put your portrait on here, you're only going to be seeing the outside area depending on how big your portrait actually is, because eventually we are going to glue this on, All right. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the various values of coffee that we're going to be working with. Probably between 3 and 4 different values, starting with the darker first and then going lighter. So we're going to be hopefully working on that tomorrow. Okay. Anybody have questions? Okay, you guys can go ahead and get started.